Welcome to a vinyasa practice. My name is Kaylee. You can meet me in a comfortable seat. However is comfortable for you to sit is great. I'm just going to move a little debris off of my yoga mat there. You can always sit on a block or a bolster. Just join me in a seat. Let your eyes close down or soften your gaze down past the tip of your nose and take a breath. Or two or three or several breaths. Allow yourself to start to land in whatever space you're practicing right now. Land on your mat and in your body. And as you connect to the sensation of your breath, see if you can very gently sit a little bit taller, feeling into the length of your spine as you inhale, as if you could breathe in from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, as if that exhale could wash down your back, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, letting your hips nestle a little bit more firmly into your seat. Again, inhale, let your belly fill and your rib cage expand to make space for your lungs to stretch. Slow exhale, relaxing the shoulders down your back. Sitting heavy in your seat. And once more together, inhale belly, the ribs fill, the center of the chest lifts, pause at the top. Slow exhale and relax the lower jaw, the shoulders, and your legs. Stay here, just noticing the sensation of your breath. Gentle reminder that the practice of yoga really is a practice of awareness. So at any point in time in your life, not just on the mat, coming back to a very simple awareness of the sensation of the breath is doing yoga, right? In the midst of a really intense emotion, in the midst of a challenging conversation, the moment in traffic where we realize we might be running late, just pausing and feeling the sensation of a breath has the power to shift things a little bit. Just by shifting where we're sending our focus. And this is true in those edgier, more challenging moments, but it's true in the easier, softer, more joyful moments as well. If we can breathe in a way that lets us feel more connected, then that's exactly what happens. We feel more connected to the experiences that light us up, that make us feel energized and restored and just happy and grateful to be alive. So however you're showing up on your mat for this practice, really allow yourself to show up fully and to breathe deeply and completely. Blink your eyes open. Switch the cross of your legs if you're sitting cross-legged like I was. You can adjust if you're sitting in a different position. We're just going to warm up the wrists, interlace your fingers and start to circle out through your wrists and allow the elbows to move a little bit with you, or try and keep the elbows close. Just experiment with it a little bit. Circling out through the wrists. We're going to keep the hands interlaced, but flip the palms away from your body, pressing the hands forward. Sit tall through your spine without flaring your ribs. Keep the ribs, the lower ribs down as you start to lift the arms up as high as they'll go. You're going to gaze straight forward as opposed to looking up. Try and turn your pinky finger side of the palm upward. And then keep your left sit bone anchored down as you take a side bend over to your right. Opening up through the left side body, maybe gazing up toward the space past your left underarm. Come back to the center, bring the hands back down in front of you, and then take those wrist circles again. Little release for the shoulders, for the sides of the neck. Make sure the teeth are unclenched. Here we go, interlace the hands. If you lost that interlace, flip the palms up. Try and turn the pinky finger side of the palm skyward, and then take your side bend other direction. Breathing into the side body as it opens up, and then trying to lift both sides of the ribs away from the hips. So I'm drawing in strongly through my side body even as I lean into it. Come back to the center. This time gently release the fingers and then sweep them behind you. Interlace at your lower back. Tug the knuckles away from your body. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Maybe you try and seal the palms together. Take a big breath in. Keep the hands as you bow forward. Let your head drop down. Start to move your knuckles a little farther away from your body without forcing anything. These first few poses are always nice ones. These ones to check in the attitude that you're bringing to the postures. Are you forcing? Are you straining? Are you judging your body or beating it up for not being able to do something or not being able to go a certain range of motion? Just notice that. See if you can, for lack of a better way to put it, see if you can cut it out and just breathe. Trust that you're where you're meant to be. Trust that the range of motion that's available right now is A-okay. And just be with yourself. Be with this sense of stretch. Be with the areas and the tissues that are lengthening. One more long inhale. Release the bind as you exhale. Come back to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Close the eyes down and then set that intention that you will move from this space of self-respect, from awareness, from a willingness to just trust the process. There's this saying in yoga, practice and all is coming. So we show up, we do the work, we let go of our expectations or our attachments to certain outcomes. And we just ride with life, ride the waves. One big cleansing breath, breathing in that intention to trust the process, to lean into awareness and respect, fill up on that energy, those qualities. As you open your mouth, offer that up, let it go. Blink your eyes open, find a tabletop position. I'm just stay facing this direction for a moment. Turn your palms so that your fingers are pointing outward, and then bring your hands a little farther apart, maybe all the way to the edges of your yoga mat. Start to shift your body side to side. The hips come along for the ride here. You can start by keeping the elbows straight, and you might stay with that, or you might start to bend into one elbow, maybe, and bend into the other elbow. And maybe you keep your arms straight. That's what's feeling better for me today. We're going to turn the fingers forward like a regular version here. So the wrist creases line up with the short edge of your yoga mat at the top. Drop your belly down. Soften through your elbows as you pull your chest through your arms to broaden out through the front of the ribs and the collarbones. And then keep the chest pulling forward as you start to straighten out the elbows. They don't need to go all the way straight. Just feel strong in the arms. Lift the chin, look up. Take a long inhale and cow. As you exhale, start from your tailbone, tuck it under, lift your belly button, and then bone by bone, like a wave, rippling up, letting your head tuck down toward your chest last. Start with your tailbone. We're going to come back into cow. So tilt the tailbone up, sit bones toward the ceiling, drop the belly, rippling the heart forward, head comes up last. So we'll move slow, tail to start, curling in on yourself, lift the abdominals, head drops last. And then keep playing with this. Start by tipping the tailbone, lifting the heart forward and the chin up at the end. Couple more, filling every little segment of your spine. The next time you round it forward into your cat, really do go ahead and round it forward so your shoulders are sliding past your wrists a little bit. And then keep the head heavy. Start with the tailbone. We're going to swoop it back into cow. Looking forward at the end, now my arms are not perpendicular, They still are parallel, but they're not perpendicular with the mat, and I'm looking up. I'm gonna come back into cat, Wow, today's words are hard. Back into cat, shift forward, shoulders over the wrists, and then move even further past. As I find cow, start with the tailbone and pull it back, looking up at the end. Take a few more rounds here, moving through this cat-cow that shifts you forward in your cat and backward in your cow. So we're waving the spine out as we ripple the body forward and backward. And then the next time you ripple backward, go ahead and broaden out the knees and find a child's pose, stretching your arms forward. Let your forehead drop down. Then move the hands as far apart as your yoga mat is wide and start to nod the head slowly side to side so that you're massaging across your brow center, relaxing any gripping in the back of the neck or the base of the skull. Let the head find a nice still spot here. And then crawl the fingers back forward, this time bringing your thumbs as close as they can get. Let your elbows leave the mat for a moment. And then lower the elbows back down. Bring your hands into a reverse prayer at the nape of your neck. So the thumbs are pointing maybe down the back a little bit. And feel into the stretch in the underarms. Breathe into those tissues as they lengthen out. Maybe you walk the elbows a little closer together. 2 more long breaths. Release the arms back down. We're going to come back into our tabletop position. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your knees under your hips. Sweep your right arm up and open here. And then start to draw some circles with your right arm. Just noticing if it feels better to keep those circles smaller or move slower. If there's any areas that feel gritty, switch direction of those arm circles. You might move a little slower through those areas or even pause and breathe into certain parts of this rotation. Try and appreciate whatever range of motion you have available today. We're going to sweep the arm up, reaching for the ceiling with your fingers. Hug your shoulder blades toward each other. Maybe gaze up towards your right hand. Take a big breath in. And then thread the right arm underneath your body, reaching the fingers over to the left as far as you can get them. 2 more dynamically. Inhale as you push into the left hand. Reach the right arm up. Gaze up. And then exhale, thread it under, reaching as far as you can over to the left. Maybe that left elbow points up and out of your way. 1 more big reach up and open. Finish your inhale. Thread the needle. This time we're going to hold it here. Make some adjustments so that you feel like you can relax or breathe at least into this stretch. About 4 deep breaths. You can start to crawl the left fingers forward. Maybe walk the left fingers over to the right and or corkscrew that left arm behind your back, bringing the left hand maybe toward the top of the right thigh. Feeling into the stretch in the back of your right arm, softening any tension if it starts to show up in the jaw or the brow. If the left hand moved, we're going to go ahead and reset that hand underneath where the shoulder will end up. Press down, reach the right arm up and open. Stay on your left knee, but slide that right foot back behind you, straightening out through the right knee, reaching up, finding a big stretch here. Take another full breath in. We're going to bring the right hand down and find a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips back. Then go ahead and pedal it out through your down dog, lifting one heel and then the other. Spread your fingers wide, press the hands down into the mat and pull the energy up the outer edges of the arms. Shift forward, find a high push-up position, pressing the hands down, reach the crown of the head forward, till your heels pull back and your legs strong. Draw in and up through your abdominals. Continue to push the floor away. We're here for 4. Ujjayi breath, in and out through your nose for 3. For 2. Slowly lower your knees down. Child's pose, press your hips back. Take one long inhale. Stay here as you exhale. Find your tabletop position, shift it forward. And this time we're going to float the left arm up and draw those circles with your left arm. And this arm might feel a little different. You always have the opportunity to change things up a little bit, maybe slow it down, bend the elbow, take care of yourself. Switch direction of the arm circles. If there's anything that feels really sticky or gritty, slow down even more, breathe into those spots, and maybe reduce the range of motion. All right, we're gonna root down into the bottom hand, left arm lifts up and open, hug the shoulders together behind you, breathe in. And then thread the needle just for your exhale, kind of warming up into this stretch. Inhale, back open, reach up, maybe you look up. Exhale, thread it under the body. One more open, long inhale. Threaded needle as you exhale, and then continue to breathe here, adding on a little bit or staying where you landed. Maybe walking the right hand forward or corkscrewing your right arm behind you, bringing the fingers to the left thigh. And just noticing the sensation of the breath. Starting to tune into any pockets in the body where the stretch feels like it's most intense, and sending your breath there. One more long inhale and long exhale as you reset that right hand, finding your side plank variation. Right hand down, left arm up, bring that left leg behind you. Let your right ear just kind of dangle, almost like you've got water in that ear, shaking it out gently. Downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. Put a big bend into both of your knees and lift your heels. Press your chest way back toward your thighs. Look forward toward your thumbs. And then take a big step or a bunch of little steps to the top of the mat. We're going to come right into a halfway stretch from here. Bring your palms onto the sides of your knees. Roll the arm bones up into the shoulder sockets, and then draw the abdominals in and the 12th ribs in. So you've got a nice, strong trunk. Big inhale where you are. Catch your calves as you exhale. And then drop the crown of the head straight down so you're looking back. Give your head a gentle nod or a little shake. Find that halfway stretch again. Inhale, long spine, strong in your trunk. And then exhale, fold forward, look back, and drop the weight into the balls of your feet. One more, lift up halfway. This time, maybe your palms are on your shins. And then fold forward as you exhale. Bring your hands to your hips. Keep your shoulders away from your ears if you can. And then slowly start to unroll, pushing into your feet, bone by bone, stacking up the vertebra. Once you're upright, release your hands from your hips, sweep your arms toward the ceiling, lift your ribs away from your hips, and then interlace your fingers like we did at the beginning. Press the palms up, try and turn your pinky fingers up, and then take your side bend over. Come back to the center, and then switch, find that side stretch. Take it back to the center. If you've got space today, we're gently going to release the fingers and find a swan dive. So arms are going to go out really wide as you hinge back through your hips. Swan dive, you can catch the calves or you can interlace your hands at your lower back. If you interlace, release, we all find a halfway stretch. Take a breath in, plant the hands, step back, high push up, rock forward, lower up to halfway or all the way down. Slide onto the tops of the feet as you find your cobra pose or your upward facing dog. Look to the left shoulder, look to the right shoulder, look forward or upward through the center, breathe in, and then down dog. Roll over onto the balls of the feet, set your eyes to one spot, take 2 deep breaths, spreading out your fingers, and exhaling completely. And once more, big breath in. Exhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, and step lightly to the top of your mat. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Rise all the way up, long inhale. Hands to your heart and then arms to your side as you exhale. Reach up, take a big breath in. This time catch your left wrist, side bend over to the right. Return it to the center on the inhale. Switch sides on your exhale. Back to the center, big breath in. You've got the option to swan dive. If you interlace, try and put the opposite pinky on the outside. Halfway stretch, releasing the bind if you caught one, breathe in. Plant the hands, step back, flow through your vinyasa. No, you can always step straight into downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, down dog. Float the right leg up on the next breath in and bend your right knee as you stack your hips. Stay here or lower your left forearm down to the mat. Try and keep your left elbow and your left wrist so that whole left forearm parallel to the long left edge of your yoga mat. Draw some circles with your right ankle. We're going to try to do two things at the very same moment here, pushing into the hands strongly. At the very same moment on an inhale, we'll straighten the right leg and the left elbow. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Step your right foot forward on the exhale. Find warrior one. Pivot the back heel down. So you reach the arms up. And then instead of worrying a ton about squaring the hips today, can you drop a little bit lower into a stable lunge that doesn't feel like stiff? So maybe add a little bounce, a little buoyancy here. Roll the shoulders around for a moment. And then root down into those strong legs. Keep rooting down through the base of your right big toe. Lift the belly button inward and upward as you find Uddiyana Bandha. Maybe you bring the palms together and look toward the ceiling. Think about reaching up, whether the hands are touching or not. So much of Warrior One has to do with this reaching upward, this bursting upward energy. Breathe into it and then find a lightning warrior. Wing your arms by your side. Lengthen out through the sides of the neck as you hug the shoulders together behind your spine. And then get super duper strong in that back leg, yes? Hold it here, but move your breath. Big inhale. Long exhale. We're going to find a sky archer, reverse cartwheel, that left arm first, then the right arm. Once the right arm's up, come onto the right heel. Left hand can stay back behind you like a reverse warrior, or you might reach up with your left hand to catch the right wrist or to catch the right elbow for more of a tricep stretch. Take a big breath in. Sweep the hands to the top of the mat. Step or float the right foot back to chaturanga and flow through to downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. On an inhale, the left leg lifts. Bend the left knee, stack the hips, point the left knee toward the ceiling, stay here, or lower the right forearm so that that right forearm is parallel to the long right edge of your yoga mat. Big breath, soft jaw. In Ujjayi, we're breathing in and out through the nose. There is a constriction in the throat, but it's gentle and the jaw is not clenched. In 3, we lift the right elbow and straighten the left leg. 2, push into the hands and the fingers. 1, big breath in. Step forward, warrior one. Landing in your stable, steady base or wiggling around until you can find that. And then as you root into your feet and your legs, feel this lift, this lightness with every inhale. Sparking some energy up into the tips of the fingers, maybe moving your eyes up. Perhaps the hands touch, whether they do or not. Feel the energy reaching out through the tips of your fingers as high up as you can imagine. Breathe into it. And then lightning warrior. Pull the fingers back as you reach the crown of the head forward. Really get a sense that you're being pulled in opposite directions here, but that you can tolerate that because you've got this super strong, stable base and center. We're gonna reverse cartwheel. So right arm comes forward over your head. So just straighten the left leg as that right arm comes down and the left arm comes up. Stabilize your left ankle as you climb onto your left heel. Stay here either catching the left wrist or bending the left elbow and catching the left elbow for a tricep stretch. Hug in strongly through the sides of your waist and the front of your tummy. Big breath in. Circle the hands to the top. Cycle through a vinyasa, however you want to get to downward facing dog. Moving with your breath. Big inhale. And exhale. Stay here, clear it out. Breathe in. Open mouth, breath out. Right leg right into it. One breath, one motion. Inhale. Step forward on the exhale. Be deliberate. Warrior one, just for that big breath in. Find that reach. And then lightening as you exhale, abs engage. Sky Archer, unwind on the inhale. I'm not going to reach for the elbow or the wrist. I don't have time. Circle the hands to the top. Step back high to low push-up as you exhale. So we're moving through a vinyasa to downward facing dog. From down dog, left leg, big inhale, big stretch. Step forward, be real deliberate as you empty your breath. Inhale up to one. Exhale, pull it back to lightning. Sky Archer, unwind as you fill up. Circle your hands and cycle through a vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog and we're gonna move one more time. One breath, one motion, building some heat here. Right leg, inhale it up. Exhale, step forward. Rise to one, finish your in-breath. Lightning, pull back far as you can. Sky Archer, inhale lots of space. Circle the hands, step back high to low. When you get to downward facing dog, take the left side on your own. Smoothing out with your breath, feeling every little bit of these transitions. After you finish that left-hand side from downward facing dog, shift forward to a plank position and then slowly lower all the way to your belly. We're gonna pause with the hands down, palms facing down, make a little pillow for your forehead and drop your head down. Breathe here, just notice the heat in your body, the sensation in your muscles. Setting up for a quad stretch. Start by coming into Sphinx pose, propping yourself up onto your forearms and your elbows. I'm gonna bring the right foot so it's straight back in line from the right hip. Right leg is gonna stay there for a moment. Bend your left knee so that that left foot comes up into the space behind you. Cross the right hand a little bit more in front of you so you've got a solid support. And then reach the left hand back for the inside of the left foot. And push that foot down toward the left side of my butt. And again, we're just working with the range of motion that feels okay for today, no forcing. As you breathe in, relax a little bit. And as you exhale, maybe you push a little bit further. It's a pushing with a lot of presence and a lot of permission. Teeth are not clenched, yeah? I'm gonna try right where I am to keep the leg where it is. So squeeze the thighs together. I'm gonna try and let go of the foot, but try and keep it where it is. Oof, so much muscular strength there. Keep the foot where it is, reach the left arm forward and then square your ribs back down to the mat. Start to lower the ribs, keep the left leg where it is, reach the right arm forward, float the right leg up. For 4. Maybe the left knee leaves the mat, but the knee is still bent for 3. Holy smokes. 2, bend the elbows, and then lower down. Recreate that pillow for your forehead. Everything relaxes down. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth. Sphinx pose. We use it as our setup. Left leg comes straight back in line with your hip. Right knee bends. We're gonna reach back. I'm gonna roll a little bit to the left. So my weight is in my left arm for a moment. I'm gonna reach for the inside of my right foot. And then I'm pressing that right foot down really toward the outside of my right hip. As I breathe in, I allow the knee to bend less. And as I breathe out, I bend the knee deeper. I push the foot down. On this side, I'm getting a little bit more pushback from my body, so I'm not gonna come in quite as deep. And that is how simple it is, right? So if you're getting any tingling, anything that's past discomfort and is inching into that actual, ooh, this is painful, then back off. Find a range of motion that's not painful here, yeah? That you can breathe those nourishing breaths in through your nose, and if possible, out through your nose. You can open your mouth anytime you need. We'll try and keep the right foot where it is. Squeeze the thighs together. Use your muscles. We're gonna reach the right arm forward. Press down into that left foot for a moment. And then maybe as you square the chest here, we reach both of the arms forward. Keep lifting the belly, lift the left leg, keep hugging that right heel in. 4, plug your shoulder blades onto your back, tuck the tailbone as you press the pubic bone down. 3, 2, lift, 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 and relax it down. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Just staying with the sensation in your body here, the rebound for a few rounds of breath. Notice the legs, the knees, the hips. Work your way to a tabletop position. From your hands and your knees, we're gonna reach the right leg straight back in space. Bring your right knee to your right elbow, tuck the left toes under. 3-legged dog, lift the left knee, kick the right leg back, breathe in. Step the left foot forward, warrior 1, rise it up on the in-breath. Listen, we're gonna find lightning warrior and pause here. Spin your back heel up. Start to shift the weight forward toward your front foot. Keep hugging the outer hips in as you drag the left toes up until that left foot actually leaves the mat, so you're in an airplane pose. In airplane, you have the option to interlace your hands. If you interlace, put the right pinky finger on the outside. And breathe into your strength here as you take a little bend into that right knee, that standing leg. And then you can straighten the leg, but as you straighten that right leg, strong on both sides of that knee. So strong muscles on both sides of the knee joint. We're gonna keep our balance on that right foot. If you bound the hands, release the bind, bring the hands to the hips. And then find a single-legged mountain, dropping the hip points down as you lift the ribs up. From our single-legged mountain, circle your left ankle. Switch direction of those ankle circles. And then we go dancer pose. Bring the left foot to the inside of the left hand, or the inside of the left foot to the left palm, which is the inside of the left hand. Point the left knee down for a moment. And then see if you can lengthen your tailbone down and your hip points up. Right arm reaches up. From here, start to kick a little bit more powerfully into that left hand as you reach the right arm forward, setting your eyes to one spot. 3 deep Ujjayi breaths. One more long breath in. Long breath out. Set the foot down next to its right foot. Arms up toward the ceiling. Lift onto the balls of the feet. Find your balance here. We're going to stay on the balls of the feet and lower the heels slowly for a count of 3, 2, 1. Hands to your heart, heels down. Let's do that again. Lift up onto the balls of the feet. Reach the arms up. Pause. And then we're gonna try and go slow as we lower the heels 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way, all the way down. Hands are at the heart, reset. One more, reach up, lift the heels, lift to the arms, hug the legs together, lift the hip points. We're gonna lower 1/3 of the way. Bring the hands to the heart. Lower 2/3 of the way, a little easier. And then heels all the way down. You can keep the heels grounded as you reach your arms up. Big breath. And then bow forward as you exhale. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Plant the hands, step back, high to low push-up or straight to downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, pressing it back. Ripple forward, high plank position. Lower all the way down to your belly. Bend both of your knees, reach back, catch your feet or your ankles, and find bow pose, pushing into your hands with your ankles or your feet. If bow is not your jam, keep the hands down by your side, bend the knees, and lift the legs up off of the ground as you continue to push your pelvis, push your pubic bone down. 3, no slingshots if possible. 2, 1, release the legs long. Tabletop or child's pose. Let's go child's pose first. Child's pose. Take a full round of breath into the muscles. As you exhale, let go of any unnecessary gripping or tension. Other side, tabletop on the inhale. Extend the left leg straight back. Find your balance. Big breath in. Knee to the left elbow. Tuck the right toes under. We go 3-legged dog. Right knee lifts. Left leg goes up. Breathe in. Step forward. Warrior 1. Inhale the arms up. Lightning warrior. This time spin your left or right heel, up off of the ground. So just shift the weight forward. As you drag the right toes forward, landing in your airplane, option to interlace left pinky on the outside here, leveling your hips, lifting the abdominals, and finding your breath. Sometimes I find my breath best by looking at one spot. Usually it's on the ground, maybe it's on the horizon. If you bound the hands, bring your hands to your hips and find your single-legged mountain. Hip points lift. Circle the right ankle. Switch direction of your ankle circles. Bring that right knee to point straight down. And then reach with your right hand for the inside of your right foot. Keep pointing the right knee down, lifting the hip points, the front of the hips up, and then the left arm up. Pause here. Choose where you want your eyes to land, somewhere on the horizon line usually. And then kick firmly, kick with a lot of strength into that right hand as you start to reach forward with the left arm. Eyes rest soft at one spot so that you can find a connection, find some energy and intention in your breath. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to work our way to standing at the top of the mat. Reach the arms up, come onto the tippy toes. Big breath in. Hands to the heart, heels down as you empty. Reach your arms up, big inhale. Bow forward, long exhale, a little different. Last time through, root down into your right foot, float the left leg up. So each time we flow through today, we've come in a little bit differently, almost each time. We're gonna take the left foot and take a big step, not all the way back, but part of the way back. Shift the weight into that left foot, just a little bit. So now I'm playing around with keeping like equal weight into my feet. Bend your left knee, lift onto your right heel. So it's something between like a half Hanuman and a pyramid pose. Roll back into the sole of the right foot, lift the left leg, breathe in. So we're in a standing split or an L shape. And then again, drop your left foot, bend the left knee, lift onto your right heel, press your hips back. Once more, inhale, left leg lifts. This time as you exhale, set the foot down, kind of where you did. Bring your hands to your hips. Find a halfway stretch here, using your hands at your hips, drawing in through the sides of your waist and your abdominals. Steer your right sit bone back and just gently encourage that left hip crease to stay in line with the right. We're in a halfway stretch here. Take a breath in, push into your feet, squeeze the thighs together, all the way up. A little unstable, that's a-okay. Reach your arms up, breathe in. And then reach behind you, catch your opposite elbows. Setting up for pyramid, keep lifting the hip points. Send your right sit bone back as you find that halfway pause. And then fold forward, trying to line up your spine with your right thigh bone. The head can drop down, maybe the arms release down for some support. Breathe into the sensation. Most likely it's in the back of the right leg, but it may be elsewhere for you. Breathe into it. And press into your front foot. We're gonna rise it up, hug the thighs together, reach the arms up over your head, nice big breath in. Airplane, launch straight into it. Single-legged mountain, lift your left knee, take a breath in. Fly it back to airplane as you breathe out. Warrior one, big step back with your left foot, inhale, reach the arms up. Lightning warrior, as you exhale, press down to the knife edge of your left foot. Sky archer, unwind it, breathe in. Side plank variation, left hand is gonna float down. You can drop the left knee to the mat, or you can keep it lifted. The right limbs float off of the ground. Stay here breathing. So you've either got that left knee down, or you're on the knife edge of your left foot. Right limbs are floating up. Lift the hips away from the earth as you press your left hand down. Spin your chest toward the right side of your space. Take a big breath in. Look down at your mat, bring your right hand down. You're in a plank position, either on your knees or on your toes. Shift forward, lower up to halfway down, and then straighten the elbows. 2 more. Big inhale as you bend your elbows. Exhale as you press the ground away. 1 more time here, breathe in. And breathe out. Shift the hips all the way to the heels. Sit back onto your heels. Palms onto your thighs for a moment. Shoulder shrugs, up, back, and down, up, back, and down. Breathe in and breathe out. Stand tall onto your shins. Reach your arms up over your head. Big breath in. And then bring your hands to the small of your back. Press the hips forward. Camel pose, lift the chin. Hug the shoulders and the elbows toward one another behind you. Fill your lungs all the way up. We're not here for long. Open mouth, exhale, stick your tongue out, cross your eyes. 1 more, it's called lion's breath. Inhale, fill all the way up. Pause, hold the breath. Lion's breath. Hips to your heels, neutral spine. Big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Step or hop your feet to the top of your mat. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Rise tall on your inhale. Tadasana on the exhale. Reach up and fill. Bow forward and empty. Left foot stays down this time. Right leg lifts. We're going to step the right foot part of the way back. Bend into the right knee, lift your left toes for that stretch. Replant the left foot, right leg lifts, either an L shape or a standing split. Breathe in. Right foot steps down. As you exhale, lift the left toes, bend the right knee. Once more, inhale, right leg up, left foot plants. Exhale, right foot down, bend the back knee, lift the front toes. Inhale, right leg comes up. This time we're setting up for pyramid. Bring your foot back, adjust your feet, bring your hands to your hips. Hug the thighs toward one another and find that halfway stretch here. Draw in through the sides of your waist. From the halfway lift, we're gonna rise all the way up. You can adjust your feet. Once you're upright, reach your arms over your head. Big breath in. Circle your hands behind you. Catch your opposite elbows. Readjust the hips, hip points up, hug that back thigh in and up, and then hinge forward. Aim your breastbone toward your left knee. You can stay here with the arms where they are, or if you'd rather drop the hands down, that is an awesome variation as well. If the hands are interlaced, if you caught your opposite elbows, shrug your shoulders away from your ears, but let the crown of the head get heavy. Breathe into the stretch wherever you feel it. So we use the breath, right, to shift the energy. One steady, smooth breath has the power to change a lot. We're going to rise it back on up. Reach the arms up. And then fly it forward to airplane pose. Take a big breath in. Step your foot back. We're in warrior one. Inhale up. Lightning warrior, exhale. Last little bit. Sky archer, unwind. And then we get our side plank. This time right hand is down. Maybe the right knee is down. Left limbs lift. Find your breath here. Pressing the ground away, lifting the hips. The body is actively lifting even as you're pushing down. Look forward at the top of the mat. High push-up either on your knees or on your toes. Shift forward, bend the elbows up to halfway, and then straighten the arms. 2 more, bend the elbows, and then straighten the arms. 1 more time, bend the elbows, straighten the arms, drop the knees down. Sit back onto your heels, seated meditation. Just a few handfuls of breath here, noticing the sensation of the breath and anything else that arises. Notice if the shoulders and the energy is collapsing around the heart. Can you gently relax the shoulders down your back so that the front and center of your chest feels spacious? And keep the eyes closed down or your gaze soft. We did a lot of extension, a lot of back bending, a lot of hip opening. So to close practice, we're going to do some forward folding. Draw that energy back inward. Contain all of that exuberance, all of that outpouring of energy. Start by extending the right leg out. And then we're going to bring the left knee on top of the right knee. So my left foot, I'm just going to spin around a little bit. Whatever position you're in, whatever direction you're facing that works for you is great. My left foot is kind of pointing back. Adjust a little, maybe you sit on a block. This is half shoelace. To the degree that feels available, you can start to relax yourself forward. The head is not resting on something. Slowly nod your chin a little bit toward one shoulder and then a little bit toward the other shoulder. And breathe into the back of the neck. Notice as you mobilize the head how the rest of the spine feels. Bring the head back into some stillness if you were moving. And take 2 more really patient cycles of breath here. In through your nose. Slow exhales through the nose or the mouth. And 1 more, breathing in. And breathing out. Start to walk the hands back a bit. Way back, way back. And then untangle that left leg. You can separate the feet a little bit and just flop the feet in and out, relaxing anything that's sticky in the thighs or the hips. When you're ready, keep your left leg long and bring the right foot to the outside of the leg, working to stack the knees approximately. Before you fold forward, find some length in the spine, sit up tall, maybe sit on something, move the flesh out from underneath your butt so that you're on your sit bones. And then hinge forward from the hips and bow forward through your spine. Breathe into your body. Practice noticing how the sensation of your breath and noticing just simply the awareness, the act of observing the sensation of your breath has this effect on your experience. Take one more long breath in. Maybe you lift just a little bit. And for your last exhale here, perhaps you soften a little deeper into the stretch, no forcing. Continue to breathe as you start to gradually lift up away from your legs, uncross the right from the left. Separate the legs really nice and wide here, really nice and wide. Flex your feet, last little bit. Bring the hands behind your head. Open the elbows broad. And then we're gonna go right elbow, right knee, surprise abdominals. Left elbow, left knee. Side to side, try and move from your obliques here. Moving from the sides of your waist. Keep going side to side. One more, and then we're gonna pause in the center. We're gonna add a twist and twist. Twist and twist. 4 and 4, sit tall here. 3 and 3. 2 and 2. This time when you twist to the side, stay there. Relax your opposite hand down outside of your opposite leg. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hands back behind your head just so that you can twist. And then release the hands. Sit tall. Inhale from tail to crown. As you exhale, gently but firmly hug the belly button back to work into your twist. Return it to the center, hands behind the knees, help the knees together. And then, however you can get there, maybe it's a little silly walk like I just did, work your way onto your back. You can hold on to the palms as you draw some knee circles in opposite directions. You can hold on to the kneecaps with the palms. Woo! Words are a little tricky today. Switch direction of those knee circles. Let your tailbone tuck and untuck. And sometimes that is how it is, yeah? We just keep coming back to the sensation of the breath. Don't stress over the small stuff. Help process the hard stuff and really allow ourselves to be so present for the good stuff, like Shavasana. When you're ready, landing in a resting shape, take up a lot of space. Let yourself shift around a little bit so that you can settle into the space beneath you. If you have a lot of time or a little bit more time to linger in your resting shape today, feel free to log off or to shut off the recording. Otherwise, we'll be here together for about 40-45 seconds. And in that brief amount of time, Give yourself a very gentle challenge to practice this active surrender, this letting go. Allow your breath to start to lengthen and deepen as you invite some movement back into the ankles or the wrists, or perhaps another gentle nod of the head side to side. And take all of the time in the world to work your way from your resting shape to a seat. You can pause in the fetal position along the way if you like. When you land, settling with your hands at your heart, really acknowledging yourself, appreciating yourself for showing up and doing this practice, this perhaps challenging work that is so incredibly rewarding, this practice of cultivating more awareness, developing the skill, the simple but not easy skill of just coming back to the sensation of the breath in moments where we might otherwise be a little bit more prone to reactivity, so that instead we can choose our response with a lot of responsibility and wisdom. Big cleansing breath. Perhaps you inhale and reach the arms out and over your head as if your arms were your lungs, that you could just fill all the way, all the way, all the way up to the top. Little pause when they're completely full. And let it go. Thank you deeply for sharing your practice, your energy, taking care of yourself this way. Hopefully you have a little bit extra to help take care of someone else as well. See you soon.